That is your view.
This is how I feel, Chair.
Okay. So, members, let's do this. Let's proceed. Let's ask General Sibiya questions and hear what his responses are.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, I just want to say this is not personal. This is not personal. I haven't instructed any policeman to go and confiscate your gadgets of General Sibiya or any other thing. Once you open a case, it ends there. I don't know. I'm not an investigator. I'm not a policeman. I don't know what happened. Whatever happened, I guess they were doing their work like us here. And we cannot afford to say that the witness, because it will be a contempt of court if the witness choose not to account to Parliament. But I'll start by saying to the Deputy Commissioner, General Sibiya. General, last night you said that there was no reluctance on the road to take in terms of the disbanding of the PKT during the Portfolio Committee meeting, which we had here, if you remember, because we have meetings with you and with the top management of South African Police Service, regularly so. Now, can you confirm if the presentation by Lieutenant General Kumalo on that day, which you said it was endorsed by the National Commissioner, as presented in Parliament on the 5th of March, recommended a phase or an immediate disbandment of the PKT?
It recommended a phase-out approach.
Now, the issue of immediate, which yesterday was an issue, why then immediate was immediate?
As I explained yesterday, Chair, that when we say immediate, we were saying the process must start immediately. And when we say the process must start immediately, it means from today, started the process of disbanding. From now, you can start immediately. And this, even as you can see, is consistent with what is said in that statement, in that document of the 17th of January, to say stakeholder must be engaged, internal and external must be engaged, this must happen. And now it gave a roadmap of what was supposed to happen, which means everything was going to happen according to the roadmap. Up until the next morning on the 6th, when they gave an action plan themselves and said, in winding down, this is what we are going to do.
Clarity on this will help to confirm the National Commissioner position, because in your statement, it appears to indicate that the National Commissioner did not express any reservation regarding the decision to disband the PKT team. It suggests that he took part in several meetings related to the process, and at no point did he or he voice any objection or concern about how the disbandment would be handled. Do you agree with that?
Don't, because honorable members, you will remember that even at the Madlanga Commission, the National Commissioner admitted that no, he did not object, and they asked him whether can you carry out any unlawful instructions. He said it was career limiting. So the bottom line is that they never, at no stage, the National Commissioner ever objected openly. So in my case, with all the documents from my corner, everything that I was implementing, the documents that I received from the Office of the National Commissioner were saying, do it this way. And then whatever that he says come from him, it's not in writing in any way, to me, directed to me at least.
Unfortunately, I said in this committee that we are not a subcommittee of Madlanga Commission, so I don't follow it. For me, we are fresh. You know, all the questions which I'm posing to you are very fresh. You know, it's not like I'm undermining anyone, but I just want to put it clear. General, according to you, then, I'm quoting verbatim the presentation from the particular meeting, our meeting on the 5th of March. What was meant by the de-establishment or disbandment, which will take any form of transition from the PKT to a component, to that component which you spoke about, of serious and violent crime within the division, detective, and forensic services. The transition will ensure continuity of cases, particularly those who are under investigation and those that are in court. The word transition appears twice in the presentation, and words have been meaning general. In your view, is it possible that something is in transition immediately?
Yes, the transition meaning that we will then take it from this team PKTT to murder and robbery unit. This is transition from that to this, and it will take form in a phase-out approach, meaning that the phase-out approach says the first phase will be to deliver the case dockets to the murder and robbery unit, which is the phase they started, they carried out.
Now, was it not only yourself and the chief of staff who were in favor of that?
No.
It's crucial, General, to separate separate NASCOM acceptance of disbanding the PKT from his views or the method which you thought was correct. He may have agreed to disband, am I right? Possibly under pressure, as this was an instruction from the minister. Do you agree?
No, I don't agree.
Now, yesterday you said to us here that you are an accounting officer, inverted commas.
Never said that.
No. I will remind you, General. One, you said that General Mkhwanazi undermined you as his senior, am I right?
Yes.
Are you aware that as you said yourself, let me just give you that. Are you aware that the accounting officer in the South African Police Service nationally is NASCOM? Do you agree?
Yes.
Are you aware that he originated those powers from the statute? You cannot have that power at all. You only have delegated powers. Now, the provincial commissioner, Mkhwanazi or anyone else, Patekile, they originate their power like the national commissioner at provincial level. Do you agree?
Yes.
So why are you saying Mkhwanazi undermines you?
Like I'm saying, Honorable Chair, I think yesterday I did read out my delegation and then my functions, duties and functions as the Deputy National Commissioner and the legal framework that actually suggests what are my responsibilities. The National Commissioner, even in his own words, said there's no gap, there's no any other member between me and him. It's him, ourselves as the Deputy National Commissioners, then the divisional commissioners and provincial commissioners under us. So in other words, I'm a Deputy National Commissioner. I'm accountable to the National Commissioner, but the provincial commissioners and any other, they are below the Deputy National Commissioners.
Let me repeat again. So are you saying it's correct for you to say you can come to Mpumalanga? You are senior when you come to Mpumalanga to the provincial co-commissioner?
I am.
In terms of powers, hence I'm asking you as a deputy commissioner, that the provincial commissioner, his powers comes from the state. He's an accounting officer at provincial level. Do you agree on that?
I do.
Now, when you come to the province, Are you usurping, are you usurping his powers when you come to the province?
Not at all.
Yeah, hence I'm asking you, why are you saying Mkhwanazi undermines you?
He undermines me, because, I mean, we are both well-trained members from the college, from being a constable. You get trained as to the rank level structures. And you know which one is junior, which one is more senior to the other. And that is the case. That will never change.
We'll come back to that because fortunately I worked before the General. If the PKT was effective in stabilizing political killings, then why it was necessary to disband it immediately without consulting Masemula and Mkhwanazi?
I think that's a question that you can pose, that can be posed to the minister.
What is your view as the Deputy Commissioner?
My view is that I received an instruction to disband from the National Commissioner to communicate the letter of the minister to the team.
Yeah, I just wanted to find out on that regard. You said Brigadier Litoke, if I remember.
Litoko is
Litoko, yes.
Chief of Staff in the Office of the National Commissioner.
Yeah. So he gave you a letter.
She
gave you a letter.
Sent a letter.
That letter was signed by who?
It's an email, doesn't need to be signed.
Now, in your office, you have staff in your office, am I right?
Correct.
If your staff is giving one of your divisional co-commissioner or one of the deputy, General Musikili, does your staff have those powers to send and instruct anyone?
100%.
They do have that.
They do.
Now you just said to yourself that there's hierarchy. By nature, police is paralegal, am I right?
Correct.
Now, can a brigadier instruct a general, major general or a lieutenant general?
From that office, a letter and communication that come from the higher office is an instruction of that higher office.
Now, if the NASCOM says to you, I've never given that brigadier that instruction, what would be your response? Have you verified that letter that it was coming direct from the commissioner?
Remember, the NASCOM already indicated that he told them to write letters to the Deputy National Commissioner and say, write a report. So it comes from the National Commissioner and it's confirmed. Let me
give you a reference. If you remember, on the PEE matters, there's an issue which is in court because some directives were given verbally. So do you agree that if somebody sent a letter which is not signed by the accounting officer is legit?
I don't know the facts in that PPE matter, but what I have and what I know and the working system and the standard practice is that the National Commissioner, even myself, I'll come and tell the staff officer or the PA and say, I want you to write a letter to General Kumalo. The National Commissioner want to have feedback in relation to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Please send that letter. They are well trained and they know what to write. And they will write the letter and they will send it to me or they'll bring it and say, are you happy with this? Then after I said yes, they will send. So in this case, even all the correspondences, you can check all the correspondence that come from General Brigadier Letoko and General Sibola. They represent the National Commissioner, and this is the standard practice in the police.
General, you've been in the police force for almost 3 decades.
Correct.
Police Act Section 5. Can you just paraphrase for us?
Section
5 of the Police Act.
I need to read it verbatim because I don't know.
No, in verbatim is fine. It's fine.
Yeah, I need to see it because I don't want to quote something wrong. Section 5. What does it remind me? I will then take it from there.
Let me say this to you. You cannot take any directive from a lower level. You can't take an instruction from a brigadier or from a sergeant as a matter of fact. As you said yourself now, that you are senior. But we are saying to us that a brigadier In fact, even a kernel can give you instructions and say, NASCOM has said that that has to happen. For instance, if a brigadier says to you, NASCOM say you must disband crime intelligence today, are you going to verify that, or are you going to take that instruction?
No, like once a letter of this nature comes from the Chief of Staff of the Office of the National Commissioner, it is an instruction. If a letter comes from Major General Sibiya of the National Commissioner's Office, it is an instruction. And if you are not clear about it, or the instruction is somehow illegal or contradictory or concerning, it is my duty now to go and verify with the National Commissioner, because, or I will tell the National Commissioner that NASCOM, I received this document, but do you know the consequences of this, or are you sure this is what you want us to really communicate? Because I know of 1, 2, 3, 4, and this may result into 1, 2, 3, 4. You will say, oh, I think maybe let's put it this way. It's when you think there is a situation.
So according to you, you don't have to sign a letter, even if it's a matter of national importance, as long as it comes from that office. Without verification, you can carry those orders.
You can. If it's lawful, you can.
Thank you. Now, once you were with the municipality, the competency of the vetting, where does that fall to?
It falls with the SSA.
Why when you were the head, you said that this, you were cleared by the municipality security head, the vetting?
Just
in the city of Johannesburg.
Honorable Member, you asked me a question and said the security competency, where does it fall? And I said SSA.
Yes.
And you're asking a question that I think is unrelated a little bit to that what you just asked. I want to understand that question. You know
why I'm asking? When you were at the city of Johannesburg, who vetted you?
SSA.
SSA. So the municipality did not vet you.
The municipality don't have a vetting system in place. I introduced a system whereby all the senior managers of the city must be vetted.
By who?
SSA.
Thank you. Now, let's come to this, General. Intelligence-driven operations and serious dockets are kept safe and no need to write the diaries every day. Am I right?
There's nothing like that.
Tell us, how does it work?
When you work and you open a docket, it's your job to update your SAP 5, your everything that you do, you write in your pocket book or in your diary and you update the docket.
Intelligence inquiries dockets are registered to run. The main dockets can be updated only when new information emerges from inquiries or during arrest. Am I right?
Repeat that, sir.
Dockets can be updated only when there's new information emerging from inquiries.
No.
No, it should not happen like that.
No. Every day, every now and then, you in your docket, you will write a brought forward date. In other words, every 14 days, you must give feedback to the complainant, but no docket should lie around for more than 3 years. Every 14 days, a docket must receive attention, if you have many.
Now, on the 121 or 118, whatever the number is, you distance yourself from dockets, am I right?
Yes.
You never gave any instruction for those dockets to come to your office or to the office of General Kumalo.
I wrote a letter that says they must be taken to where they belong.
Where do they belong?
Murder and robbery unit.
So it was wrong for those dockets to agree for those dockets to be removed from where they were supposed to be initially.
No, it was not wrong.
So they did the right thing by removing those dockets and bring them to the office where you said you don't have a safe, you don't have anything. Those dockets gathered dust, and you are not part of it at all.
Remember, the instruction was to have them withdrawn there where they were, to be taken to the relevant office, which is the murder and robbery unit. In other words, from a task team that has been directed to disband to the murder and robbery unit, as even presented by the same team in Parliament and in the very next day in terms of their action plan.
But you said that the task team is not disbanded, am I right? It's still on. It's still going on.
Yes.
Now, why are you saying they were supposed to be taken to another unit?
They were, because remember the whole agreement was that they must disband. But I mean, if they stubbornly refuse to disband, there's nothing one can do.
Is it the responsibility of General Khumalo to keep those dockets?
He was the project manager.
Now, National Commissioner praised General Khumalo, and yesterday you said, in your own word, that he doesn't have the experience, he doesn't have the knowledge. Are you contradicting what National Commissioner has told honorable members and the nation?
If General Khumalo can put an investigation of crime certificate in front of this committee, I will withdraw my words. But if he doesn't have one, it's not an investigator.
Yeah, but my question is, are you contradicting the National Commissioner when he was praising General Khumalo? You are saying the National Commissioner is wrong.
Well, the National Commissioner believes so much in General Khumalo, and what the National Commissioner said is what he said, what I'm not saying.
Yeah, but remember, you are the deputy commissioner. My question is, you don't agree with the National Commissioner in the respect of the competency of General Khumalo. You are questioning his credentials.
No, I say he does not have investigation, and I also said he has done a good job. I've never said he didn't do a good job, but the bottom line is I'm saying he does not have investigation as training.
General, yesterday you stated many issues here with us when the evidence leader was questioning you. Page 9, paragraph 28 of your core bundle, that when Masemula, as an accounting officer of South African Police Service, asked the Minister Mkhunu to provide reason for his decision to disband PKT, on the 6th of March, he failed to provide reasons for his decision. In your opinion, do you think it is acceptable for a leader to take such a crucial decision in absence of any stated justification?
Chair, I want to understand where you are coming from. I understand the question so that I can respond. I heard what you say, but I'm trying to make sense out of how you're putting it, or to connect it. So please repeat the question for me.
In page 9 of your bundle,
yes,
paragraph 28.
Page
28.
Page 28. I'm at page 28, paragraph.
No, page 9, page 20. I'm in paragraph 28. Page 9, paragraph 28. There's many bundles anyway. So there's many documents, but on your own bundle.
Paragraph 9, page 9 of my bundle. It doesn't have page 28.
I'm not saying page 28. I'm saying paragraph 28.
I don't have in page 9. It doesn't have, let me see. Let me go.
Look at 12 and then check on 28.
Yes, page 12.
Yeah. So the question, let me rephrase it for you to make things easier. General, you stated on that paragraph 28, on your core bundle, when Masemula, as an accounting officer, asked Mkhunu to provide reason for his decision to disband PKT. On the 6th of March, he failed to provide reasons for his decision. In your opinion, I'm just saying in your opinion, let me finish. In your opinion, do you think it is acceptable for a leader to take such a crucial decision in the absence of any justification?
Chair, just a second, Chair. The honorable member is referring me to page 12.
Yes.
Paragraph 28.
Yes.
Can I read it?
No,
because when I look at it, it's not what the honorable member is talking about.
Yeah, the evidence leader will help us on that. But why is doing that? We'll come back to that. Do you think that Minister Mkhunu justification that the task team was established because of an executive decision? Therefore, an executive decision is all that is needed to disband it as a matter of justification to disband the task team.
I would like to leave that response to the National Commissioner, to the Minister.
To the Minister. Does this not create a dangerous precedent, allowing the executive to informally or casually make a withdrawal decision in the absence of justification, in your view?
That question I would like to leave to the Minister.
Okay. During your teenager as acting national commissioner, you stated in your witness statement that Ms. Vusumuzi Matlala visited you to complain about a tender awarded to him. And you indicated that you will discuss the matter with the national commissioner upon his return. Why did you deem it necessary to wait for the national commissioner's return before addressing the matter?
Because it was beyond me.
This time it was beyond you.
Yes.
But remember, on that issue of disbandment, you said, as I said to you earlier, you took a letter from Brigadier Litoke, am I right? Litoko. You took that instruction, am I right?
Correct.
Without verification, am I right?
Correct.
Now, on this one, why you wanted the National Commissioner to give you an approval? Because you were acting national commissioner.
These are two separate things.
And I know that, but what I'm saying, why do you have on Matlala in particular, but on the matter of national interest, the matter of disbanding, you did not do that?
These are two separate things, completely altogether. The National Commissioner's Office and the communication within the police, this is how it works. Vusumuzi Matlala is not a police official. It's not the top structure of the police. She doesn't have a staff officer that I must listen to. Now, in other words, if you are a minister in the South African Police Service or any minister for any department, you have staff that reports to your office. And that staff, including your PA, is entitled or is empowered or is delegated to write letters on your behalf. And those letters are deemed to be coming from you.
Now, I'm going to sit on that. You chose to act on a directive given by Brigadier Litoko without a consultation with the National Commissioner by virtue of an email, which was an email we know. Do you think that was appropriate to do? I'm still asking again. I want you, because you're under oath, to say yes.
Very much appropriate, and this is the standard practice. This is how everybody works in the department. And this is the order of the day. And even the National Commissioner confirmed himself that he did give that instruction to Brigadier Lotoko to write that email.
So you say it's a standard practice in your office for decision of a considerable importance to be taken or communicated by junior staff members?
In the organization.
That's what I'm saying. Are you saying that to us?
It is.
Specifically, it's appropriate for such communication as demonstrated on SB3 of an annexure which your witness statement to be signed off by a junior staff in your office without your own signature. That's how you run the affairs in your office.
Yes.
Leadership failure or disconnecting incinerating officials, in my view. But I will paraphrase for you, General. It seems that there's a lot of matters where you are in disagreement with the assertion made by General Mkhwanazi, as shown in your submission before this committee yesterday. I want to ask you, on the 6th of July, in his media briefing, Mkhwanazi said there are criminal syndicates that have infiltrated law enforcement. Do you agree with him? If you do, please tell us why. And if you don't, please tell us why.
I will never deny that there are criminal syndicates that have infiltrated the police or criminal justice system. It happens on a daily basis in all the provinces, including in KZN, where he is. You do have those people that are connected to the police, that are connected to the prosecutors, that are connected to lawyers, and sometimes they may not be criminals per se, but at the ultimate end, you find that they're involved in criminal activity. But this thing is not unique to Gauteng.
Will you then agree that it presents a serious concern when high-ranking officials within SAPS hold conflicting views on the state of law enforcement in this country, and that disconnect and undermines cohesion, public confidence, and the integrity of our law enforcement?
Agreed.
Do you agree?
Yes.
General, let me come to the issue as well, which you are being accused of for many years. When Senzo Meyiwa was killed, did you went to the scene?
I'm actually happy that I'm being asked on the issue of Senzo Meyiwa, and it's an issue that I wish I could spend time on it to clarify, so that finally South Africans can get to hear the truth. And allow me, Chair, to deal with this Senzo Meyiwa issue. When Senzo Meyiwa, after Senzo Meyiwa was killed, I was the head of the Hawks in Gauteng. I was at home in Pretoria. I got a call from the acting provincial commissioner, who was General Musikiri at that time. I was at home at night. I didn't even know about the shooting. And it was around about 11 at night. And remember, Senzo was killed after 7:30, around about 7:30, early evening. And what I had to do as the head of the Hawks was to call a team to say, let's meet there. It's just like when a serious crime has been committed, we move, we go there. And what happened there is that as we moved, all of us, we got there. I ran straight to hospital. And simply because of the fact Senzo Meyiwa is a national key point. It's a national asset. It's not ordinary member where someone can say someone has been gunned out, then as the head of the house, I'll also go there. But because it was a national goalkeeper, we all had to react, and we went. Even General Musikiri, who was the acting provincial commissioner, we all went and we met at the police station, at the hospital. When I got to the hospital, it was packed, even in the passage, even in the ward where he was lying motionless. And everybody was crying there. Even myself, I could not make my way through into the ward. I saw him lying inside there, but from outside the ward. And then I realized that it won't work. I then said to General Musikiri, I will go to the house, where now the investigation must start, because now the investigation process had to start. Now, for the investigation process to start, we then had to go to the scene of crime. When we get to the house where it happened, it was packed. Outside the yard, inside the yard, there was up and down movement in the house. I'm well trained when it comes to investigations. I'm 37 years doing what I'm doing. The very first thing is to take charge of the scene of crime. Mine was to give instructions and say, please secure the scene, preserve the scene. This is a scene of crime. Now the team had to make sure that they remove everybody on site to outside the yard so that it can be cordoned. The scene of crime can be cordoned. Remember, I arrived late at night when this thing happened almost after 7:30, and the scene was already processed by the officials. It was processed, cleaned. The experts have done their work. Now, when I arrived there, I also found MEC Sizakele Nkosi Malobane and other generals were there. Now, ours, we come here as a fact-finding team. We come in here, we knock, we sit down in the sitting room. It's clean, there's no blood, there's no spotty that you can see, everything is in place. And then we sit, we listen, we ask questions, what happened? This one explained, this one explained, this one explained, this one explained. This is the normal course of attending to crime scene. The MEC was there also, we were all listening. And then from there, General Musigiri and them arrived from hospital to join us. There were other generals, including General Musigiri. We all listened. And thereafter, it was a question of, General, are you taking it or am I taking it? As the Hawks, do I take the matter to run with or are you taking it? Then she said to me, the National Commissioner, who was Maria Pierre then, said or suggested that this matter must be investigated by a team of experienced investigators. Now that already took us out of the way. Now we stood by when they made a press conference, a press briefing at that time that says there will be a team appointed to investigate and will run with this matter. We were standing by, no longer involved in the case. That is why even today, when this matter has been testified, I haven't submitted a statement. I haven't submitted I've never been called as a witness. It's almost at the end because I was not involved. I've seen messages that says I took $1 million and I did this, I shifted the firearm order. No. At what point would I have done that? So I just wanted to say to South Africans, I am not involved in the Senzo Meyiwa case. I've never done anything wrong. And there have been many teams, more than 10 different teams that were set to investigate this thing. I have done nothing that can actually cause the matter to be not to be successful.
Thank you, Chair. I'll just give one because there's a warning already there, a red light before my colleagues takes over. The last one from me. Unfortunately, other issues are still under investigation because you said you are like a specialist, an expert when it comes to investigation. Because I don't want to eat time for my colleague. Can you confirm yes or no on the matter that scene was not contaminated by your presence?
Not at all. It was never communicated by my presence. When I arrived, it was a done deal already. It was cleared. I mean, when you arrive and already it's trampled upon by many people, I was very late when we come there myself.
So were you the first person who arrived at the scene?
Not at all. I came after 12 there, when in fact this thing had happened after 7:30. So logically speaking, how can I be the first person to arrive past 12 when this thing happened at 12:30?
Thank you, Chair.
Honorable Shongwe.
Ndaba, siyabingelela baba.
Sawubona baba.
Sawubona. Hey, makumele umuntu akhulume nawe ngathi udla intelezi, amehla vele angaboni indaba. Ngiyifunda
Ngiyathandaza.
izolo before ngichubeka nje bengifuna ukubuza enye i-clarity seeking question. So bengisaba ukuthi uchair uzodla isikhathi sami ubuya ngishaya uchair yabona. Can you kindly assist me with ubundle le? Ku page 234 SB 19. Just the first blocks ungifundise ukuyifunda lapha ya mhlawumbe ungifundele. Ngibuza nje ngoba ngifuna ukufunda indlela ukuyifunda akwangishaya ngesikhathi ngisho timekeeper.
Asambe che.
Yeah. It is station heading ne?
Yebo.
It is CAS which is case.
Two double matter, yes.
It description there, it is alleged that the ANC member had a meeting at Ghost Town while driving near Green Water Tank. He was shot 2 times on the head and the neck and succumbed injuries on the scene. There's a ETIO, is that the investigating officer?
Yebo, che.
Now in Khulala, outstanding, it analyzed section 205 to place. Can I read the name, Chair? Okay. Analyze section 205 and to place Tembelani Dlamini on the crime scene. Bese lapha ithi try to identify the suspect. Sihle Zigalala. I don't understand the outstanding. Is that outstanding or what? Please clarify this for me.
This is the investigation that needed to be conducted. That is outstanding. And by so saying, Chair, may I be sensitive to the fact that it's very much important. And that is why, Chair, it's very dangerous to mention the name because this Sihle Zigalala does not necessarily mean that it is the current minister or deputy minister. So it's very dangerous to rely on the name that you find here. There are many names that you find that they are equal or they are senior. They are similar to the name of some of our leaders. And in the meantime, now we begin to target the leader on something that it is not him, it is someone else. So may I request, Chair, that this document be really in the highest sensitivity it deserves, Chair.
All right. Should I continue with it, Chair, or just me?
No, you can continue. The documents have been made available to yourselves and they are on record. But what the witness is requesting is that you may not read the names because they may be misinterpreted.
Now, as I was asking for clarity, Chair, I was saying, does it mean when you say analyze section 205,